Hi guys, it's Kyrie here with another video. This video is going to be a part of my Blue Magic series. The title of this video is Tap into Inner Financial Abundance with Blue Magic. Hope you learned something from this video. I hope you grow from this video. I hope that, you know, you take something from this video to whereas you could increase your inner financial abundance and translate that inner financial abundance to real world experiences so you could, either travel, buy big things, nice things, pay your rent. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with your money, I will hope that you would do it. And so with all of this being said, please utilize the links in my descriptions to support me or support my channel. Like the video, share the video to those who you might know who might be struggling with financial issues and they want you to help them financially and you trying to figure out your financial life. And the reality is maybe we all should tap into our inner financial abundance or our inner God, our inner spiritual force, and really utilize it so it can help us in this material world. What you'll realize when practicing blue magic is that your soul doesn't want you to suffer, your soul doesn't want you to be broke. But if you do not pay attention to your soul, if you do not understand that your soul actually exists, then you will probably never utilize it. Zachary Lansdowne, he has a great quote that states that illumination is never, illusion rather, is never really recognized until one decides to illuminate their soul. So we have the choice. We can do it or we can't do it. But these messages and these conversations are for people that don't want to rely on anything else besides their soul. So if you're a part of that crowd and you can hear me okay, please enter a one in the chat and we'll continue with this conversation. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Let me see how I do this. All right, we'll put it on spotlight. Spotlight. So, what is this conversation going to be about? We're going to talk about a spiritual approach to wealth creation, combining metaphysical principles with practical strategies. It's like the knowledge on how to build a house, but actually where you can get the wood from, where you can get the nails from, where you can get the cement from, where you can get the mud from, so forth and so on. What is the goal of this video? You can listen to this when you're in beta state at work, driving, things of that nature, cleaning up, or you can listen to this video while you sleep. The sole purpose centered around this energy and this consciousness is for you to manifest financial abundance through aligning with your true self. Sometimes when we are in our conscious mind, we're aligning with the self that our mother and father have created, which has nothing to do with your true self. So most people are simply living up to other people's standards, other people's principles. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, when you understand your soul, you understand that your soul does not want you to struggle. Your soul does not want you to experience lack. Your soul wants you to experience and live in material and financial abundance. It's just that when we block that part out, based on what we are taught, you have to work hard, you have to be a Republican, you got to marry a girl like this, you got to walk this way, run DMC, you know what I mean, Beastie Boys, it always gets a little convoluted. So, first thing we're going to talk about, what is wealth? Wealth is health, and health is wealth. Most people don't understand this. Most people don't really figure it out. However, in the space of just simply focusing on the health of my body, you will be rewarded by the soul. Once again, the soul wants to live a long and prosperous life. Your ego is going to decide, I don't have time to cook dinner tonight. Let's stop by McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger. So, in that space of eating that double cheeseburger, you might feel like it's okay to do it. You'll get another double cheeseburger, keep adding up the cheeseburgers and the steaks, and now you have hypertension, high blood pressure. It's a lot of people that generally transition out the body because they do not take care of their body. One is in the chat if that is a fair statement. Have you ever known somebody to not take care of their body and then transition due to the fact of bad health? And what we must understand about this is when you transition out of the body, the game is over. When you're playing the game and you transition during the game, you have to start all over again. You don't have none of the coins, none of the supplies, none of the knowledge. Really, the basic memory of the game is all you can have. So, to utilize and fully express life's game, life's understanding, is through a simple modality: supreme health. What is the trick that society tells you? Society tells you that you have to get a job to get money. So most people work at that job, and when you have a job, you don't have time to work out, to exercise, because it takes an hour to get to work, an hour to get home. Depending on if you have kids, you gotta get the kids from school, you gotta, wind down, cook dinner. Most people is not gonna take that hour, 2 hours to go to the gym. Some people will, a lot of people will, but also a lot of people won't. And the reason that the gyms are not filled to capacity, the reason why people don't have at home gyms is because this simple statement that I'm laying out in front of you guys, health is wealth, y'all, it will skip right over y'all heads. And y'all be like, well, how do I get money? Health is wealth. So, how does this look like in real life? You probably spend a lot of money on food. One's in the chat, maybe not you, right? We're not going to talk about you, but just to have a conversation, do you think that it's a lot of people that spend money on DoorDash and fast food and takeout and carry out? That's a lot of money that people spend on these things. When you spend that money on that food, guess what? You don't get that shit back. It don't come back as a proper investment. If you A lot of times you could be, if you budgeted, you did what is that called when you organize your meal prep, right? You can meal prep, right? Save money and be healthy, because a lot of the carnal based desires that you feel like you need this cheese ooey gooey pizza, right, is washed away. And what this does, it increases your mental health, your emotional health, because you're not absorbing. One of the key things to spiritual development is to not eat meat, because you absorb the negative emotions that the animal feels when he's or her is about to transition. And you could take that, you know, nobody's going to be happy to die. No animal, no insect. Everybody has a will to live. So when we talk about the will to live, we're talking about aligning with this will to live through the modality of understanding and understanding the etymology of wealth. Because a lot of times people are trying to achieve wealth through making a lot of money, but they're missing the mental and the emotional and the spiritual component to the concept, which is the original concept. Because what tends to happen is if I told you, one's in the chat, if you ever had a dream where you made a lot of money, you hit the lottery, and you woke up. One's in the chat, or how did you feel when you woke up from the dream where you won a lot of money? If you won a lot of money today, right now, how would you feel? And be sure to like the video if you do like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. How did you feel? How would you feel if you hit the lottery? How would you feel if you had a dream? You woke up from a dream where you had a bunch of money. This happened to me recently. I had a dream I got a big check in the mail. It was so lucid. I woke up actually feeling like I had that actual check. Unstoppable. See, the key about magic is this is what you need to lock on. This is what you need to lock on, the emotional frequency of already having it. That's why the etymology of wealth is happiness. Now, what's going to happen? You're not going to have a lot of money in your bank account, and that's going to be associated with an emotional frequency that's going to keep on happening and happening and happening and happening. Who is in their 20s struggling financially, and then in their 30s, whether they had a job or not, they was never living at the level that they was living at their 20s? Like no matter what, you could have been a person in your 20s, y'all. I eat some ramen noodles. I'll get me a Fago. When you in your 30s, you will damn near never get no goddamn ramen noodles. Get that shit away from me. Right? What is that? That is a frequency that over time you begin to ascend, and the frequency is the result. The frequency is the result. So the same way, if you wanted to listen to a particular station, you don't listen to rock and roll and want to listen to, you know, R&B music. It's on 92.3 Rock 101. You're not going to be like, damn, why don't they play Patti LaBelle next? You're going to turn to that particular frequency, to that particular station. So a lot of times when we're exercising and working through blue magic, people will tend to say, man, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm struggling. That's like being on 92.1 Rock and then be like, well, do you want to make money? Yeah, but I'm broke. I don't got no money. At a certain point, you have to begin to affirm. At a certain point, you have to begin to imagine that it's already have happened. At a certain point, you have to raise your frequency and your vibration, because your vibration and your frequency is the actual results. Shouts out to the initiates, Ra, AD. My thing got a little glitchy real quick. Maybe it's cut this off. Close this. So this is the tough part with people in talking about mental health, well-being, things of that nature. Give me 1 second, tribe. I gotta say something. So really, the main goal is to really get into a full mode of locking in. So what tends to happen is like, well, what happened for me is that I had bills that I needed to pay, and these bills was kicking my ass. Right, one's in the chat if the bills ever kicked your ass before. Right, the bills was kicking my ass, and I was focused on the bills. And I was like, I need money to pay these bills, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I need money to pay these bills. And nothing was happening. I went day after day after day. Nothing was shaking. Nothing was moving. And I was focused on the bills. I was focused on the fact that I didn't have the finances that I wanted to have. And that didn't never change nothing because I was on that frequency of I don't have enough. So I had to do a drastic shift in consciousness before anything happened to simply say, I have enough. I have more than enough. And because I have more than enough, I'm going to relax and allow it to enter into my life. Because whatever your situation is, whatever you need, you can have it. Some of us need $100. Some of us need is $100,000. Some of us need 1 million. Some of us need, 5,000. Whatever you need, you just have to accept that you have more than enough. You have what you need plus. And it's a certain way of getting to it that I promise you, this lesson right here, this understanding right here, it means a lot. To be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually well. To actually feel compelled to be a part or to share or to work with a community. Join the Discord. The link is in the description. Joining the Discord is free. It's very important to have a community, but not have a community where you feel like it's a bill, where you feel like you need to, set aside some money to do your spiritual work. What the really important thing is to understand the the physical, mental, and social aspects to wealth and well-being. Social is going to be very confusing. It's a lot of echo chambers. It's a lot of scam artists. It's a lot of people that pander, right? So the real key is, what can you contribute? What can you stand on? What can you deliver? Because when you can figure that part out, this could be a customer base, this could be a Discord channel, you building a community with people, and then once you build that community, you may say, or you join a community, you get into that community, hey guys, look what I can do. And people be like, oh, that's amazing. You can do that. I will pay you for that. But to get there, if you never got there, you trying to figure out how to get there. It might be many ways to get there through your family and all of this type of stuff. But I'm talking about how to get there spiritually, how to get there inside of you with no help. First step is physical. Most people don't want to live a healthy lifestyle, but it's going to be hard. And I need y'all to understand this. It's going to be hard to be healthy and broke at the same time. Can we put a one in the chat if you heard what I just said? It's going to be very, very hard to be physically fit, to be physically active, to have flexible muscles, to have strong muscles, and to be broke at the same time. To have a physical fitness plan that you stick to on a daily basis that is very difficult to stick to, but you stick to it anyway to have a healthy, active, and flexible and strong life, strong muscles. It's going to be hard for you to do that and be broke at the same time. You know what's easy to do? To not be healthy, to not be active, to be all stiff in the joints, to have weak muscles, and to also be broke as hell. It might even be one and the same. You might be not even when the thought of working out, you ain't worked out in 7 years. And you look at your bank account and it's the lowest ever been in 7 years. Some people have never worked out. Some people constantly have not even awoken to how strong they actually are. And that is so crazy because the first time you work out, it's going to suck ass. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be the worst thing in your life that you ever did. You're going to be like, damn, I can't even do 5 push-ups. What the hell? I'm taking this goddamn walk and I'm exhausted. What the hell? But that's not the end. That's the beginning. You could. What if you never can't? It take you to walk a mile is very difficult, but in a year you able to run 3 miles, or in 2 years you able to run 3 miles. You want to be that version of yourself, and when you can find when you can find that strength within yourself, it's a lot that goes into that mentally that then opens up to what you can do when you working out. It's like the ideas are bursting out. The creativity is breaking through. And another thing, you feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, you feel better about your soul. And it's easier for your soul to communicate to you. So I want to really get to the nitty-gritty of how to communicate with your soul, which seems simple on the onset, but very difficult when you have years and years and years and years of thoughts, years and years and years and years and years of emotions. Why didn't he get the girl? Why didn't I get the girl? Why didn't this happen for me? I didn't, I feel bad. I feel scared. All of these feelings, all of these thoughts, and the calmness, sweet serenity, guidance of the soul goes in one ear and out the other. It can be a person that is a genius, and you could be dumb as a box of rocks. But because you let go of your thoughts and access your soul, you will get further in life than the genius because your soul supersedes any intellect on the planet. One's in the chat if you heard what I just said. Because sometimes I say things and sometimes I want to really have a point that a person can really get to a movement to where they're not actually trying to think and they're not actually trying to feel, but they're trying to utilize those same modalities to get to the soul. And you might say, man, I don't think that I'm able to do it. I might not be successful as I want to be successful, blah, blah, blah. But your soul got a big surprise for your ass. But you would never know because, as we stated earlier to begin this conversation, illusion is never recognized as illusion until you begin to illuminate your soul. So the illusionary thoughts and the illusionary feelings that take over your mind, take over your energy, isn't what you should be focusing on. You should be able to get past all circumstances to understand that if I get into my cosmic soul, my cosmic inheritance, my DNA strands, I will be okay. Right? Handling stress, processing feelings. Right? If we don't do this and we stressed out about our circumstances and we don't know that we have a soul, we might be mad at our mom, dad, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, cousin, uncle, and it's so much drama in the LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop D-O double G. And everybody could be losing their shit in front of you. You have to remain calm in all circumstances. So one of the major points that I want to get to in referencing to getting past the mind, getting past the emotions, like I hear what you're saying. How do I get there? You get there through journaling. And what do I mean by that? Is because the human mind is not a filing cabinet, meaning that the mechanisms behind memory are more dynamic than that. So sometimes you think, I'm going to do this. I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to do this. That's bullshit. I don't care what you telling me what you going to do, because the human mind is not a filing cabinet. If I ask you 2 weeks from now, remember on Saturday, thank you. Remember on Saturday, you said you was going to do something. You're not going to remember what you said you was going to do. Now, if you write down, I'm going to do XYZ, you can go to that journal and say, oh, on September 28th, I said that I was going to do XYZ. That's real shit. You have to journal. One's in the chat if I came across, if you can understand the slide and what I'm saying. While the brain is used to store information like a filing cabinet, the brain's ability to recall details is not very good. Why am I saying this? Because you have to journal. It's imperative that you journal. Journal before you do anything else. Because the mental, like, what are you going to do in your future? Do you know? Are you clear about your future? Or is it stored in your head and you're just going to open up that filing cabinet and it's just going to magically happen one day? And I promise you, that's why in the book Blue Magic, after every chapter, it's a journal, because that's where the real work is. People not really trying to do the real work. And it's like, yeah, we trying to do magic, we trying to manifest money. But once again, I gotta like, well, you gotta journal. You gotta journal. You gotta write. Because your brain don't have the knowledge from your soul. One's in the chat, if you heard what I just said. I said your brain does not have the knowledge from your soul. Your ability to journal and to perceive the concepts that come from you is the knowledge from your soul. So once again, we're going to initiate a cash flow through Blue Magic. And once again, if you make money at a job and they pay you after every 2 weeks, that's not a cash flow. The same way, if a river doesn't have a constant flow, it's not a river. It's a lake. It's a pond, right? The river is an action within itself. The river is flow. So through Blue Magic, through the practice of Blue Magic, you learn to keep cash flowing through your life, because when you look at a river, you're looking at what is seemingly an infinite energy stream. Money is energy. Money is a symbol. Money is a medium, meaning that it is a concept. There is no place where there is a bunch of money and people saying, "Oh, this is where the money is at." If you struck oil right now, what would you do with it? Oh, I got oil. Was you gonna just hold the oil in your hand? You would have to do something with it. Everything is alchemy. It's things in your kitchen right now that you can alchemize into a hot plate and start selling hot plates. And if you make $100 selling hot plates and you invest that $100 back into your business, what did you just do? You initiated a flow. What tends to happen though? You make $100 and you on DoorDash with it. You're trying to figure out where you can spend your money on something that's not going to give you a return, right? You can buy clothes, but why wouldn't you buy branded merch that say, the intuitive chef on it, right? That is more of like an investment than I'm just using Brandon as an example, but just like we all should be thinking of how we should invest in ourselves, in our business to initiate flow and then monitor and track the things that work. And then also understand marketing. Sometimes you can market into a loss. So I'm going to take this $1,000 to create branded merch for my business. And maybe somebody asks, well, what is the Hood Mystic? What is White Rabbit Psychedelics? Or maybe they don't ask that shit at all. Maybe it's just implanted in their subconscious mind. And they tell their cousin, something making me think about White Rabbit Psychedelics. I don't even know why. And their cousin, like, oh, they sell shrooms. I'm going to buy some. I don't know. But ultimately, when you're doing things that are centered in marketing, what you will notice, the more you do it, especially if it's effective, especially if you have good creative art, not good creative art where it's just like brilliant, amazing art, but I'm talking about things that are utilizing symbols, impacting the subconscious mind, or just simply seeing it within yourself. A lot of the things that I produce that do well, I see it within myself first. And I remember one time I did this reel where I was, that reel, I've been a nasty girl. I, I'm just sitting there trying to think of something funny. And then the things like, I've been a nasty boy. And I was just dying, just thinking about it. I was laughing my ass off. So I do the reel, and naturally the reel went viral. You know what I mean? Because I felt that within myself, this shit funny, right? This shit is good. And sometimes you can feel that and it don't work out. Another example, I have a cousin that when he first started making music, it wasn't that good, but he felt good about it. But his feeling towards his music made him get better over time. So eventually, bro was cold with it. But at first he wasn't as good, but the feeling towards his music have always been strong to how he feel, what he sees within himself. He sees himself as being successful. He sees himself making good music. And a lot of times, man, you will surprise yourself on just how talented you is, just how good you are, if you just simply understand that you invest in the images, in the visions that you have within yourself through utilizing Blue Magic, through getting outside of your mind, through getting outside of your emotions, getting in tune with your soul sending you images, your soul sending you visions, your soul sending you songs, art, ideas, business ideas. If you act on those things, you can't help but to be rich. Now, I want to know if I'm making sense. One's in the chat if I'm making sense, because what I'm trying to just simply do in these videos is explain Blue Magic, because sometimes you read a book, maybe you understand what I'm saying, maybe you misunderstand what I'm saying, but at the same time, I don't think I'm not hurting anybody by talking about it further if you bought the book or don't buy the book, right? The overall goal is for just by simply listening to this free YouTube video, right? I hope you do buy the book, right? I hope everybody buys the book. I hope I sell 1 million copies of the book. But at the same time, I'm more happier if you can deal with your soul and you say, man, my soul sent me this idea to, twerk in a yellow outfit in the rain. That shit went viral, hood. Blue is the opposite color of yellow, so it had to be some form of blue magic. That's more important to me. You twerking in a yellow dress in the rain. So what keeps the flow going? Investing keeps the cash flowing. Making wise investments, marketing, selling keeps the cash flowing. But if you don't invest, if you don't spend money in a space where you could possibly make a return, you're not going to make a return. Some of y'all can buy some of y'all got Jordans that's worth money because y'all ain't never wore them. Old video games, CDs, records, vintage antiques, things of that nature. That qualifies as things that equate to a positive return. But what are you spending your money on? Taking a step back, really thinking about it, I wish that I had a job that paid me $1,000 every 2 weeks. You feel me? I wish I had a job that paid me $1,000 every 2 weeks, but I didn't have to work at that job, right? Because what would I do every 2 weeks? I would invest that $1,000 in my businesses. I would invest everything in my businesses because that's free money. Sometimes people say, man, I got to work, pay these bills. The problem with that line of thinking is that you don't get any return. So if you getting $1,000 every 2 weeks and you paying bills, I want to ask you a question. Where is your wealth going to come from? You think you're going to save $1,000,000? You think that that's how that works? So what? How do we create the flow in our lives? We align passion with profit. What do you love to do? What do you love to do? What is a healthy, beautiful thing that you love to do? Invest in those things. So, in the book, I give an example of herbs and teas. I personally love herbs. I personally love teas. At a personal level, it never made sense to me to buy an ounce of herbs. Now I need a couple pounds of herbs. I don't know. That may be the hood in me. Maybe it's the hood in me. But yeah, I need a couple pounds of herbs because what I wanted was a shelf with a whole bunch of herbs. I seen it. And from there, what I'm gonna do with all of these herbs? I'm gonna sell them. Maybe it's the hood in me because I went from selling herb to selling herbs. But shit, they used to say don't get high off your own supply, but the rules don't apply when you got natural herbs. I'm drinking ashwagandha right now. Fellas, get on that ashwagandha. Get on that ashwagandha. You a man, you not drinking ashwagandha? Come on, man. Get that ashwagandha in your life, man. Purchased by the bricks. Maybe it's the hood in me. I love herbs. I had a vision within myself to have a herbal closet, and I opened up a business behind it. And it branched out into a bunch of different things. And I'm not saying that I made $1,000,000 off of the herb business, but at the same time, it feels good to get a sale. It feels good to file taxes. It feels good to know that shit. I love herbs. People buy herbs from me, but at the same time, I still can practice in the flow. Like, I love just going to my cabinet, getting me some tea. And I like when somebody buys some herbs from me. It's all encompassing. It's a beautiful life. It's an abundance. It's different from, getting a little, because I started from the bottom. I would get me the little ounces. Give me the ounces of herbs, y'all. I'm not talking about no street stuff. Rest in peace, young Dolph. Talking about herbs. I used to start off with the ounces, had to pinch it off here and there. Now I just be dumping it all in, having making me a little concoctions. I love that shit. I love herbs. I love tea, and I like talking about it. I like researching it. I like learning about it. So shit, I will have a blog where I'm talking about herbs. And a person might be watching that blog like, man, where can I find this herb at? Oh no, just come to my website. I got you. What I'm saying is, what do you love? What can you express about what you love? Can you turn your passion into a business? Because when you're gonna have to sell, right? What the thing that sells better than anything is a person's passion for the product. Have y'all ever been sold something? One's in the chat if you ever been sold something. You like, damn, this nigga got me. He making it to a point where I gotta spend my moolah on this shit, man. Shit. I don't got no other choice. Damn. Anybody ever, a salesman ever got y'all before? He knock on your door, call your phone, you go to a business. Hey. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? I seen you had on a yellow dress. I figured you would love this purple dress because purple look good on you. Like, matter of fact, I know you're gonna say no because it costs $500, but just try it on. You can try it on for free. Try it on for free. Stand in this mirror and tell me that you can't. It's like this dress was made for you. I'm pretty sure the person who made this dress had you in mind. Go in that fitting room, try this dress on. I'm gonna be waiting for you. You walk out, look at your dress. You're like, oh shit, I ain't know this ass was this fat. Oh my goodness. How much is this dress? 500? 500, but I give it to you for 450. Right? And you like, here go, man, here go your 450. I need this dress. Right? The way that you get sales, it's different when you another movie, Baby Boy, right? When you have a passion surrounding that thing that you sell, some people say, man, I can sell anything. Well, if you're not a person that can sell anything and you trying to figure out just the one thing that you can sell on the part-time to not quit your job, to not shit. If you don't got no job right now, anyways, you broke as hell, right? You need to figure it out. What you love to do? Oh man, Hood, I love smoking weed. Well, figure out how to infuse some stuff, right? Figure out how to sell weed. People selling weed now legally depend on where you living at. Because when you love something and you can learn about what you love, you can get better at what you love, you can get better at your craft. The more that you learn, the more that you express, the more that you grow, the more that you can see that financial growth growing because it's a heart thing. And it trickles down, right? Because it's difficult to find a balance where you taking care of your body and you making the money that you need. So a lot of it is going to come through in the structure of your day, the structure of your life. Maybe sacrificing a couple of hours on each end of your sleep, but it's possible. And the reason that I know it's possible because I've done it. Me and my family have done it. So a lot of times people will say, one's in the chat, if you in this crowd, well, Hood, I just don't know what I love to do. One's in the chat, if motherfuckers gonna say, man, I don't know. And then they just want to go to sleep. Shit, he said find something you love. I don't know what I love, then fuck it, man. I'm gonna just go to sleep. If you don't know, you must fuck around and find out, or FAFO, or FAFO. I don't know what I should do, man. I just don't know. Fuck around and find out. Jump off the metaphorical bridge into the sea of realistic abundance. First step of fuck around and find out. Build your blue magic entity. What is your blue magic entity? Your blue magic entity is you. Your blue magic entity is you. It is you at your most wealthy self. So visualize throughout the day you becoming your most wealthy self. This is your blue magic entity. Journaling. Your mind is not a file cabinet. You cannot store things in your mind. Clear your mind. Your mind should be clear. Your mind should be open. Your mind should be free so you can pay attention to what spirit is telling you. When spirit tells you something, do not remember it. When spirit tells you something, do not remember it. When spirit tells you something, journal it. One's in the chat if you heard what I said when I said what I said. When spirit tells you something, don't just listen to it. Hold it in your brain. Yeah, spirit told me in 1996 I was going to be the man. Journal it. When spirit tells you something, write it down. Your mind is not a filing cabinet. You don't have photographic memory. Stop the cap. What happened? What happened September 24th at 2 p.m.? You don't have no fucking idea. Stop the cap. You have to journal. Well, Hood, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Hood, I just don't know. Hood, well, did you listen into what spirit tell you? How do I do that? I got so many thoughts in my head, Hood. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. A nigga tell you real quick, man, I got so many thoughts going on in my head right now. I got anxiety. I'm neurotic. I'm depressed. One's in the chat. Nigga loved hitting you with that mumbo jumbo about how they feel because they act like they can store every single thought in their mind. And your mind is not a filing cabinet. Hood, I got so many thoughts in my head. Clear your mind. Pay attention to what spirit is telling you. When spirit tells you something, write it down. Why should you write it down? So you don't forget it. You might be in the middle of driving. You might be at work, can't act on it in that time where spirit is telling you to do it. You got your phone. All of your phone got a note on it. That's what I've been telling people. I've been telling this. Don't be afraid. When spirit tell you to do something that is great. One's in the chat, because I just said a word, but y'all got to really have it sit in your heart. Do not be afraid what spirit is telling you to do right now. Spirit wants you to be great. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of putting out great content. Don't be afraid of buying a camera. Don't be afraid of getting a microphone. Don't be afraid of investing in your content, doing a YouTube channel. Don't be afraid of getting a ring light. Don't be afraid of doing a skincare routine. Don't be afraid of losing no fucking weight. Don't be afraid of challenging yourself to be the best version of yourself because spirit is already telling you to do that. Don't be afraid of what spirit is showing you because that is your saving grace. That is your salvation. And it's right here. Fuck around and find out. It's right here. All right, I journal. Spirit said, do this. How do I know it's true? Affirm through actions. The top of the pyramid of blue magic mysteries is action. If you don't put no action into this shit, just forget it. Because when people told me about magic, I was just watching the fucking videos. I would think watching the videos was doing the work. That's just how I thought. That's just how I processed everything. And then I got to a space where, okay, let me just try to write a book. I never wrote a book before. Let me just fuck around and find out. One's in the chat. My first book always sell more than any other book that I put out after my first book. I've been trying to do my first book and done, and I always say I don't think that's the best book that I ever written. But I fucked around and found out anyways. And I can't, the customer is always right. But I'ma still shit. I tried. I'ma keep trying. You can't do it by yourself. Once again, in this spiritual community, it's actual people that can help you and can talk to you about some real ass shit. I tell people this all the time. Spirit doula, she asked me, you got any books for sale? If she never said that, I wouldn't think to sell my books on my own. To buy my books in bulk and sell them on my own website. I been could have did it. I just never thought to do it. It's so many times where I'm talking to a person and they say, "Oh man, you can just do this." I'm like, "Damn, I can just do this." Want to give them niggas a hug and a kiss. Thank you, my nigga. Thank you, brother. But once again, you can sit in your room, not talk to nobody, not collaborate, not join the Discord, stay to yourself. And everything that we talked about previous will just sit on the shelf. Because if you don't do the action work, it's not going to matter. And it's a lot of things that I'm saying, but at the same point, make sure that you are acting in accordance to what spirit is telling you. And acting in accordance to what spirit is telling you, you cannot be afraid. Once again, what is the whole purpose of this? Is for you to become your wealthy self, who you are meant to be at a spiritual level. And who you are meant to be at a spiritual level has to be uncovered by you through just simply clearing your mind. And just also affirming that you have more than enough. And when spirit tells you what to do, you act on it. Spirit tell you what to do, you don't act on it, then spirit is just kind of like, well, I told you what to do, you ain't do it, so you waiting for a nigga to jump through the screen and just do it for you. I know. I was thinking that same way too. I just knew Brother Panic was going to come knocking on my door like, look, nigga, here go the Baphomet statue that you need, emails. Right? But then he never came and knocked on my door. This nigga ain't. I remember one time I gotta look on my Instagram. He was like, "What's up, Hood Mystic?" on the live. I'm like, he was doing his "What's ups." I'm like, man, say what's up to Hood Mystic. He was like, "Hood Mystic, what's up?" But he never knocked on my door. He never helped me. I would be listening to his videos, like, man, please help me. He never helped me, but at the same time, he helped me to get closer to my spirit and listen to my spirit. And I'm forever grateful for Brother Penny. So once again, see yourself becoming who your soul already have it planned out, who you already going to be. So one thing about Blue Magic is we never saying, I want money. We basically saying, I am money. Through my actions, through my affirmations, and through me following diligently what spirit is telling me. So what we're doing is covering chapter 1 of Blue Magic, available on Amazon and Columbian Exchange right now. And this concept is a tricky concept, right? But hopefully it makes sense. The reason why you don't have the finances that you desire or not even making any headway is because the person that's keeping you broke is active in your psyche, is active in your aura. The broke self, the broke spiritual self is making all the decisions. Let's go, right? Let's go to DoorDash. When you at DoorDash and you clicking stuff, you go to appetizers and you like, should I get this extra thing and you click that extra thing, they bring that stuff to your house. Cause I ain't no better than nobody else. I do this, you know. I've been order DoorDash in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But you get the stuff and you like, damn, I didn't need that extra burger. That extra burger, you know, I could have went without that extra burger. The person who gonna order the extra burger needs to be exercised out of your aura, out of your being. See, the person that's making you broke right now, you need to get that person up out of your beingness. You get me? This scene to the right is the scene from The Exorcist, and he trying to exercise the broke energy out of her, and he like brokey. That song by Lotto. This is the song that they playing during the exorcism. Lotto song brokey. I be playing that song, man. I listen to that song. Now I use that song as a spiritual affirmation. I don't want to be a brokey. At first, I was like, oh, I had Lotto. I ain't messing with that Lotto brokey. All these girls is all the same. I broke down. I use it to study. I ain't even gonna lie. Brokey. That's my shit right there. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. If you are broke, there is a reason why. It's your thoughts and your habits that's always going to hinder your wealth. There are positive thoughts up the spectrum. There are positive habits up the spectrum. And it don't even have to be, well, you don't even have to do drugs. Some of y'all got good jobs, making good money, got a nice house. Some of y'all got like nice decorations in your house and shit. Y'all got like, you know what I'm saying, the little glasses that don't really matter, the little shit on the walls and shit, the little house decorations and shit. Y'all got y'all shit together, but at the same time, you not really investing. You not really passionate about nothing. You just working, looking at your little house decorations and shit. That within itself is keeping you broke. And once again, don't quit your job. Don't do nothing drastic. Just find a passion and go for it. Right? On your day off. You niggas got PTO, bro. Utilize that PTO to do something that is beneficial. Personal time off should be, if you got to work on a Friday, right? You take some personal time off on that Friday and work a psychic fair, right? Doing the things that you love to do. You know, well, good thing y'all all spiritual. Y'all all like, I don't want to make y'all like jump off the deep end, but like doing readings and stuff like that, you never know. Just trying it. You might have a talent for it. You got to just fuck around and find out though. Releasing negative patterns. So once again, you could be looking at your bills and like, damn, I don't got enough money to pay these bills. These bills come every month. I'm tired of these bills, man. I can't stand these bills. And these bills is not going nowhere. You have to make enough money so you can pay all of your bills plus some. There's no way around it. It's a mindset. One's in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. If you focus on the fact that you don't have enough money to pay your bills, you are going to create this. And this is a part of your aura. This is a part of your psyche. I'm just the person that don't have enough money that pay their bills. This is a scarcity mindset. To release negative patterns, another reason why I'm utilizing the exorcist scene is because you have to shift the mind through ritual. Ritual shifts the subconscious mind through symbols, through candles, things of that nature. This thing be glitching for no reason. If you're the type of person that says, I always have enough, I always have more than enough, you affirm this when you sleep. If you know that you're the type of person that's always struggling, don't never have enough, struggle with your bills, become a different person through rituals, through affirmations. Constantly repeat it to yourself as you go to sleep. I have more than enough. One's in the chat, or type that in the chat. I have more than enough. You have to know that you have more than enough. You have to know that them bills is not going nowhere. That nigga, that your landlord gonna be come knocking on the door. What's today's date? It's the 28th. The first is coming, niggas. What you gonna do? He gonna be, that nigga want his money. Hey, y'all got that rent? Hey, it's the first. Y'all got that? You need a couple days? You need a couple of days? All right, the third, fourth, fifth, just let me know. Your landlord always be like, man, just let me know. I'll work with you. I'll work with you. Hey, I'll work with you. But we gonna do. If your rent is $1,000, shouldn't you have 5,000 so you can drop that 1,000 and still have more left? You gonna pay your last 1,000 on the rent, and that's a mindset. It's money all around you. It's people all around you that can help you. It's things that you can do. It's things that you can learn. But you have to understand that there's always more than enough. Because it's wealthy people, it's wealthy mentality people. And I don't know if you came from a situation from me where, like me, where you was on the outside looking in. And you didn't ever think, like, I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know what. A lot of it is within you and your mindset. And you can wake up in a world where you have more than enough. I'm not saying something that I ain't never did before. So what is the Blue Magick system? Once again, we're just outlining the first chapter, just giving you some ins and outs of what Blue Magick is. We get deeper into the science each chapter we go through. But this is just a basic fundamental principle because we want it to work and we want it to shift our reality and we want to have a system that really is really encompassing of the human experience in relation to psychic development, and then also getting the results that you need specifically. So we utilize the color blue as a signal or as a signifier of wealth. My goal throughout my life is to put out different colors in reference to the magic, in reference to what they symbolize. But I know my people, and we want some goddamn fucking money. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if niggas just want some goddamn money. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, let's do the blue magic first. I'll be right back. I'm just about to go open this door. Give me 1 second. So what was we just talking about? Main thing, first thing, personality switch. Personality switch, because if you find yourself in a financial situation that you don't like, it is your personality, is the things that you have done that have created that scenario for you. Even if it's your baby dad blowing the money, it's you that chose that nigga to be your baby dad. So you need to not be that person to choose broke people to partner up with. Find it within yourself to collaborate with people that want to do the same things that you want to do. How do you know that this is true? Because you affirm it all through action. Once again, energy, emotion. Investing in things that could possibly give you a return. Right? If you're selling plates, buying food is going to be energy, emotion. Acting in accordance to knowledge and wisdom. Acting in accordance to what your soul is saying, what your soul wants for you. So in the reference of a personality switch, there is a wealthy person in you that's active, healthy, living a full, exciting life. Fortunate things happening for them, good friends, good family, everything happening for him. You do not have to struggle. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to listen to nobody. You don't have to join with nobody, link up with nobody. You can find all of the things that I'm talking about within yourself. So once again, it's always the people in life that's going to be good, bad, rich, poor, black, white, up and down. But once again, you could go with the flow with them, or you can find the wealthy person in you. And it's all up to you, because a lot of people, I'm going to just keep it real, they going to be looking for motherfuckers to link up with, to be around, to hug on. And these people, like, man, I need to do a background check on some of you niggas. I need to know what kind of cases you got. I'm not lying. It ain't all what you think it is a lot of times. Affirm through action. Be the person that you want to be, and also utilize discernment. Acting in accordance of the instructions that you receive from source requires you to stay connected to source. And this means that you cannot stay connected to your thoughts and emotions, because your mind is not a file cabinet, it's not utilized as a file cabinet. You may remember, but you're going to forget. Everything that truly matters is going to just be washed away. So make sure you're journaling to remember key points throughout your journey. If you saving money, it's only a matter of time. If you saving money, it's only a matter of time before you spend it. Don't be afraid to invest. Don't be afraid to do business. Don't be afraid to buy low and sell high. Anybody can start a Shopify. Anybody can start an Etsy. Anybody can go to a psychic fair. Anybody can open up a food truck. Anybody can open up a cafe. Anybody can join a ghost kitchen. Anybody with skills and means and resources can enter into the marketplace. One's in the chat if you can understand and overstand this. All you need to do is learn and observe. Make sure you learn and observe carefully, because it's a lot of skims and it's a lot of scams, so you might fuck up. But once again, once you have the knowledge, once you have the wisdom, invest wisely. Don't gamble. You don't need to gamble. You can invest wisely and put it in it. Once again, it's never no guarantees. Everything has a little bit of risk associated with it, but the system is the system. The margins are the margins. Leverage is leverage. Credit is credit. These things exist in real time. If you don't know nothing about what I'm saying, learn and observe. This world is for you to learn, not for you to watch Netflix shows. Gain knowledge. The more knowledge you gain, the easier it is for you to invest wisely. Join Discord servers, join Telegram groups. Get with people that know what they're talking about. Learn and observe. Don't crash out for nobody. Don't feel like you missing out on nothing. Simply learn, observe, invest wisely, and continue to learn and observe. Gain knowledge. The main part that we thinking about is that wealth is equated to happiness. So if you're struggling about bills, you're struggling about lack of finances, you don't have enough, and you worried about where the next dollar is coming from, that's not enjoying the life that you are living. You could be broke, but you could also be healthy. Broke and healthy is still an opportunity to be happy, and that happiness is the bridge. Joy is the bridge to spirituality. This is why getting into relationships in the spiritual journey is the worst thing that can happen to you, because you're not going to be able to handle that relationship. That person going to piss you off, and now you're going to be mad. I mean, you could be with somebody that's on the spiritual walk with you, but let's keep it real. Y'all not watching this relationship. I mean, y'all not watching this video with your significant other. Your significant other is watching college football. So whatever the case may be, it's all good in the hood. Learn to enjoy the life that you are living, right? And don't try to jump off the deep end in a relationship, in love, doing all of this type of stuff, and now you pissed the fuck off. You know how many people we lose in the spiritual community through niggas being in relationships? Who been in this spiritual community for a long time? Who had a friend that had a boyfriend and then fell off the face of the earth? One's in the chat if that ever happened to you. Soon as your best friend get a boyfriend, that hoe done fall off the face of the earth. You don't know where that hoe is. Let's be real about this shit, man. Where is she at? She ain't called you or nothing. How you feeling, babe? Oh, I'm stressing. Loke got me stressed out. And I'm a proponent to relationships, but once again, y'all have to be in this spiritual shit together. Y'all have to be on this spiritual situation together. Learn, observe, gain knowledge together. Understand that this is very much a personal journey that we could collaborate at the end of it. So once again, destiny equals destination. And at first you like destiny equals destination. Big deal. What are you trying to say? If you got in the car and you wanted to go somewhere, but you ain't know where to go, and you put in the GPS, just take me anywhere, would you get to where you wanted to go? And I know that's confusing, but the answer is no. You need to program a destination to get to your destination. So your financial destiny is also your financial destination. Don't be afraid to say what you are aiming for. Do you just want to survive? Do you just want to pay bills? So then, therefore, you shouldn't be worried about focusing on just that bill that you need to pay. You should be focusing on abundance because, of course, you got to pay the bill, but you should be able to pay the bill and not have it stress you out. Therefore, your focus should be on thriving. Your destiny should be on thriving, not just surviving. But it has to be programmed into your GPS. What do I mean by this? When you go into sleep, this should be the thing that's on your mind. I have more than enough. I am here to thrive. I'm here to not struggle. I'm not here to get my ass kicked in life. So that purpose is what you program in the GPS. So it's like, okay, we're going to this location. Intention is the mode of driving. You got to stop at the red lights. You got to watch for traffic. You got to make sure you don't hit nobody. You got to make sure you don't get pulled over. It's a lot of things that can happen in the mode of intention work, right? The intention is the action. So we talking about spiritual black people a lot of times. They will stick here. One's in the chat. Niggas will beat you up to death talking about, yeah, I'm starting this business. One's in the chat. Niggas love telling you what they about to do. One's in the chat. You got to know our people. They love telling you what they about to do. Yeah, we about to do this Airbnb. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. We about to fucking write this book, bro. I'm about to write this book, bro. I've been thinking about it with the bros, man. About to start this club, bro. About to start this restaurant. You in on it, bro? We need you, bro. Black people love to tell you what they about to do. The hard part about this shit is the action. So once we know what we about to do, action affirms the purpose. You're acting in accordance to your purpose. So every action, when you got a destination, you don't drive towards the destination and do random shit, take lefts, take rights, You don't be like, man, I'm depressed, man. I'm gonna just pull over. Why you ain't going towards your destination? I'm sad. No, you going towards your destination. And eventually you'll get there. But once again, most people don't understand the steps that it takes because they don't even program their GPS, let alone act towards it. So every day people wake up and they go to work or they do what they need to do, pay the bills. But that's nothing to do. Your purpose ain't to work for that job. One's in the chat. Let's be real about this shit. Is your purpose to work for the job? That's your life purpose. So the job is something that you have to do. We all understand that. We all gotta put that work in, right? But in the midst of working for that job, what are you aiming for now that your basis is covered? Now that you got a place to stay, now that you got, the rent paid, you got the fucking the mirror that's diagonal in the living room. You wanted the 3-piece mirror set from IKEA or some dumb shit. You got all of that. What's next? You got the vase that you seen at Target. That was $79.99. You think I should get this vase? Looking ass. You think this vase will look good? I think it'll match the sofa. I think this will look good in the living room. Don't you think this will look good in the living room? You did that. What's next? Now you can start fucking around and find out. Now you can say, all right, my living room is pretty much decked out the way that I want to. I can start doing a psychic fair. One's in the chat. You know what I mean? My living room is decked out. Now I can start working on my small business. I can start opening up my cafe. I can start focusing on moving to Costa Rica. I already got my living room decked out the way I want to, right? Going beyond the matrix, going beyond the material and say, what does my soul have for me? Seeing it, acting on it, making it real. That's Blue Magic in a nutshell. So, we could get to the last slide. Maybe if I do this. So, yeah, man. This is just like I said, going through chapter 1 of Blue Magic, tapping into inner financial truths and things of that nature. Actually, it's chapter 2, the chapter after the introduction. You can get Blue Magic on Amazon.com, also ColumbianExchange.com. Link is in the description. Excuse me. Search for Blue Magic on Amazon by Kyrie Anthony. Man, supporting me is also supporting yourself. It's 7 chapters, 300 pages. Each chapter comes with a chapter review and a space for you to do some journaling work in reference to what you're learning, what your soul is telling you. It's $22. Y'all spend more on loud and things of that nature. So it's not that big of an investment, but at the same time, it really helps me, helps my business, helps my life, helps me put food on the table. So if you want to support me through supporting yourself, get Blue Magic now. Join the Substack. You can read some articles in reference to Blue Magic on the Substack. Some of those articles are paid, so that's like $5 a month. But whatever you can do to support is going to be appreciated and going towards a good cause, because this is what I've chosen to do. I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't work, and I haven't worked for a long time. My job have been to always raise the free on the planet and, do the work that spirit have told me to do and act on it. It's not been easy, to even write this book. Took a lot of sacrifice, took a lot of time, took a lot of energy, took a lot of focus. So really appreciate my wife, appreciate my children, and all of that, man. I appreciate y'all, my subscribers, my friends, the initiates, people who have joined the Substack, Patreon, people who have supported me all through the years, people who don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it all because at the end of the day, I am who I am. And, just trying to make my mark in this world. Like I said, I want people to understand Blue Magic more than anything. So that's why I'm doing these videos, taking some time because I know the subject matter. We talking about magic. And so magic is not very much of a topic that's just like easily grasped by the masses. But I hope that you try, and maybe money is a good motivator for trying. And yeah, you know, and I like, doing videos. I like y'all in the chat, like I'm reading the chat and all of that. So it's all a good experience and the opportunity for me to share and contribute to the community. And whatever happens after that happens. whiterabbitpsych.com is my website. columbianexchange.com is site for merchandise, books, things of that nature. Check out my blog, hoodmystic.com, my Substack. Email me, IG at the Hood Mystic. I put all different types of content on Instagram. So, I love this spiritual shit, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I love spiritual growth. I love spiritual development. I'm serious about it. And with all that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe because I got some videos coming this week. We got an astrology video coming. And hopefully this week we can finally get to that Chiron. I'm probably like on house 8. So I got 9, 10, 11, 12 to cover. But after we get finished and fully covered with that, we'll be ready to go with that. But yeah, man, I'm all about this work, all about this spiritual development. Oh, before we get out of here, join the Discord. Link is in the description. If that link don't work, sometimes they don't work, let me know. I'll update the link. But we building community. We got already 100 members so far. So telling you, join the Discord before it's too late. But with all that being said, man, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, wherever this video finds you. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
You are traveling with the Hood Mystic. Time to tap in now. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic.